Om Sri Sai Ram. My most humble pranams at the lotus divine feet of Mother Sai. Today we have to start class. First of all, we have to do 3 Omkars. All of you join your hands, close your eyes. Now start 3 Omkars. Sai Ram. Today we learn about the lesson number 2. Lesson number 2 is more on Windows 7. Windows 7 has various features that makes the Windows interface more user-friendly. Some of these features are libraries, pinning, a program on the taskbar, sec, windows, jump lists, and stacking. Let us learn about them. First is the libraries. Windows 7 has a new feature called libraries. A library makes it easy for you to manage files that are located in multiple locations in your computer. It does this by displaying the item at a single place. You can access the file quickly from the libraries. Windows 7 has 4 default libraries: documents, music, picture, and videos. Also, you can create and delete libraries. You can add and remove files and folders from a library. In Windows 7, there are 4 libraries. By default, there are 4 libraries are there: documents, music, pictures, and videos. You can create new one also, and you can delete also. Now, how to create a new library? There are steps are given to create a new library. To create a new library, follow these steps. Number 1, open Windows Explorer and select libraries from the navigation pane. Click on the new library button located on the toolbar. Type games to name the new library you have created. To create a new library, right click on libraries and select new library. If you want to create a new library that name is games, you can right click on libraries and select new option to create a new library, and whatever name you want to give, you can give it. Next is deleting a library. To delete a library, follow these steps. Select the library that is to be deleted and right click on it. Select the delete option from the right click menu. In the delete folder dialog box, click on the yes button. The library will be deleted. If you want to delete a library, you have to select first. Then after, you can right click and select the delete option. And one another option is there. After selecting your library, you have to press the delete button from your keyboard. Your library will be deleted. Next is including a folder in a library. How do you include a folder in a new library? To include a folder in a library, follow these steps. The steps are given here. First of all, open Windows Explorer and locate the folder that you want to include in the library. Select the folder and click on the Include in Library button on the toolbar. A drop-down menu appears with the names of library located on the system. Select the library in which you want to add the folder. The Updating Library process bar appears. The folder is then included in the library. First of all, you have to open your folder, which folder you want to update in a library. Then option is there, include in library. You have to select in which library you want to add that particular folder. Then after, select the library and press the mouse click. One dialog box is appear. updating library, and after the updating your folder will be added in that particular library. Next is deleting a folder from a library. To delete a folder from a library, follow these steps. Number 1. Open Windows Explorer and select a library under Libraries from the navigation pane. Click on the location option. The library location dialog box opens. Select the folder to be deleted. Click on remove and then on OK. The folder will be removed from the library. This is the step to remove your folder from the library. Any one process you want to do, first of all you have to open the Windows Explorer. All that process are in the Windows Explorer. First of all select a library and then after select your folder, and then after you click on the remove and then click on the OK button to remove your folder from the library. Next is pinning a program on the taskbar. All of you know what is the taskbar? Taskbar is on the bottom of your screen, that's called taskbar. A horizontal bar bottom of the screen that called as a taskbar. To pin a program on the taskbar, follow these steps. Click on the start button and select all programs. However, the mouse pointer over the paint program from the list and right click on it, a drop down menu appears. Select pin to taskbar option from the menu. The program will be pinned on the taskbar. First of all, you click on a start button to open the program list. Then after, right click on any one program to pin on the taskbar. When you right click on the program, one dialog box is there. You have to click on pin to taskbar option from the menu. Your program will be pinned on the taskbar. Next is shake window. You can minimize every open windows except one by using the shake feature. To do this, follow these steps. Number 1. Drag the title bar on the Windows back and forth. This will minimize all the other windows that are open. To restore this minimize window, shake the mouse again on the top line of the open window. To shake your window, you have to drag, means click and hold your mouse button on the title bar of a window back and forth. It minimizes all other windows that are open. To restore these minimized windows, shake the mouse again on the top line of the open windows. Next is jump list. A jump list is a list of recently opened items such as files, folders or websites. These features provide quick access to these items. To view the jump list of Word, follow these steps. Number 1. Right click on the Word icon on the taskbar. A list of recently opened documents appears. Click on the desired document to open it. You can see in a picture, suppose you opened 5 to 6 files in any one program like as Microsoft Word. You opened 5 to 6 files. That time you right click on the Word icon on the taskbar. A list of recently opened documents appear. Suppose your 5 to 6 files are open, all the files are in their list. You can click any one file whichever you want to open. The stacking feature is used to manage multiple windows that are open. It helps you to stack window vertically or side by side. You can simply drag a window to the side of your screen. To do this, follow these steps. Click on the title bar and drag the windows to any side. The screen tick automatically to the side, filling half of the screen. This makes it easy to view documents side by side. Hold the title bar and move it toward the top of the desktop. The full screen view of the windows is displayed. You can work on two files simultaneously with the help of stacking. This feature is used when you want to work in two windows at the same time. You can drag your mouse pointer any side of your Windows screen. You can make your first window screen half screen and then you can open the second window, and again you can drag from any side of window, and again you make it half. Easily you can view both of screen of windows, and simultaneously you can work in both windows with the help of stacking. Next is useful applications in Windows 7. There are so many applications are there that are very useful in Windows 7. Let us learn about them. First is playing audio and video. These all applications are pre-installed in Windows 7. Whenever you install operating system, all that applications are pre-installed. पहले से ही वो इंस्टॉल किए हुए आते हैं. To play audio and video files, you need an application called Windows Media Player. Windows Media Player also organize audio and video files. To start Windows Media Player, follow these steps. All of you know how to use the media player. This is pre-installed software. To start Windows Media Player, follow these steps. Number 1, click on the Start button and then click on All Programs. Click on Windows Media Player. The Windows Media Player windows open. It has different buttons for operating a file. Click on the audio file you want to play. Click on the play button to play your audio or video, whatever it is. This is your Windows Media Player screen. You can see there are so many buttons are there. Play, stop, rewind, mute, fast forwarding, volume, all that buttons are there to control your audio or video. This is pre-installed Windows Media Player. You can also install VLC Player, Total Video Player. There are so many softwares are there where you can play audio or video both files. But all these software you need to install in your computer, and this software is already pre-installed in your PC with the Windows 7. Next is burning a CD. What do you mean by the burning? Burning a CD means writing data on it. You can write text, songs, movies, images and other files to a CD. This process is called burning data on CD. To burn a CD, follow these steps. Number 1, insert a blank recordable CD in the CD-DVD drive. Double click on computer on the desktop. Double click on the CD-DVD drive. Enter a name in the disk title field. Click on with a CD-DVD player to burn a master CD. This type of CD works in most of the computers and CD players. Click on next. Drag and drop music or data file to the CD. Here the steps are given to burn your data on your CD. First of all, open the My Computer. In there, you can open the CD-DVD drive, and you need a blank CD, recordable CD or DVD to write the data. You can also give the name to that disk, your CD disk, and then after select your data, whichever you want to add in that CD or DVD. Then click on Burn to Disk. The Burn to Disk dialog box opens. Then choose a recording speed from the drop down menu. Click on Next. If you are burning a data CD, the files will be returned to the CD. The CD will be automatically ejected from the CD-DVD drive when the burn is complete. If you are burning an audio CD, Windows Media Player will open with the file in the burn list. Click on the Start Burn button. The disk will be ejected when the audio CD is burned. You have to select the speed of recording. When your burning process is complete, the CD will be automatically ejected. You can store the data, files, folder, audio, video, whatever you want to store, you can store in your CD or DVD. That process is called burning process. If you have re-recordable CD or DVD, you can erase your data and again you can write your data. Next is recording sound. To record sound, an audio recording program called Sound Recorder is used. Sound Recorder saves the recording as an audio file. You have to use an audio device such as microphone for this. To record sound, follow these steps. We are already using this software to record our voice. Here is given the steps how to use this sound recorder software. Connect a microphone to the computer. click on the start button and then click on all programs. Click on accessories and then click on sound recorder. The sound recorder windows opens. Click on the start recording button. Now start recording your voice into the microphone. When the recording stops, click on the stop recording button. The save as window opens. Type a file name for the recorded sound and click on save. Go to the file location and play it. First of all, you have to connect the microphone. Without microphone, you cannot record your voice. You need the microphone to record your voice. Then after you have to open the sound recorder program and then click on the start button to start your recording, and after the completing you have to click on stop button, and then after a save as windows opens, you have to type your file name, then after click on the save button. If you want to check your file, you have to go to the file location and play it to check your recording. Next is scanning document and pictures. The Windows Scan feature enable you to scan documents and pictures. You must have a scanner installed on your computer for this. To scan a document, follow these steps. Here the steps are given to scan your documents. But first of all, you need the scanner. Without a scanner, you cannot scan any document and picture. First of all, you have to install a scanner. Then after you can scan anything. The steps are here. You have to click on the start button, all programs, Windows Fax and Scanner. The Windows Fax and Scanner window opens. Then after you have to click on the scan button in the navigation pane and then click on the new scan button on the toolbar. The new scan dialog box opens. Then click on the profile list in the new scan dialog box and choose an option to disable your screen. Then click on the preview button to see how your document will look when scanned. You can make changes if required. If you are happy with the preview, click on the scan button. Windows will scan the document and show an image of your document. Click on the Save As button. The Save As dialog box opens. Enter the file name, the type of graphic you want to save your file as, and then click on the Save button. This all process is to scan your document and picture. You can see the preview before the scanning. And if you want to adjust it, you can adjust it from your scanner. And after the scanning, you can also save your file as an image on your computer. All of you know about the screensaver. A screensaver is a moving picture or pattern that appears on your computer screen when the keyboard or mouse is not used, or sometimes. Screensavers are mainly used to enhance the computer security. To set a screensaver, follow these steps. When you are not using your computer for some times, you can set a screensaver. There are so many mobiles are there also. You can set screensaver on your mobiles. To set a screensaver, follow these steps. Right click on the desktop and click on Personalize from the menu that appears. The personalization windows open. Click on Screensaver. The Screensaver setting dialog box opens. Select a screensaver from the drop-down menu. Click on OK. First of all, right click on anywhere on the desktop. After the right click, you can see this drop-down menu. Then select the Personalize. Then after this personalization window opens. You have to choose your screensaver, and then here you can choose also the timing. Timing is also there. You can set the timing for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. You can choose the timing also. And then after you have to press the OK button. In the screensaver you can write your name also. And there are pre-installed screensaver. If you want to install extra screensaver, that option is also there. You can download the screensaver from the internet and then after you can install it. The moment you use the keyboard or mouse, the screensaver disappears. Now our lesson number 2 is finished. You have to write summary and keywords. I will send you. Then after, start the exercise. Our lesson is over. Class is also over. We have to do Om Shanti Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sai Ram. Take care.